Hello and Assalamu alaikum, folks. Welcome to episode 5 of my trip to Iraq, visiting the important and holy shrines located in this ancient land. If it's your first time visiting the channel, I do videos on airline trip reports and other travel adventures. Please hit the like, subscribe buttons, as well as the bell icon. This will notify you whenever I post a new video. In this episode, we visit key locations in Kufa, such as the Grand Mosque, Hazrat Ali's home, Al-Sahla Mosque, etc. I came to Iraq with the excellent Toronto Ziyarat Group, who have been taking pilgrims from North America for many years. I would highly recommend them if you're looking to visit the holy sites in Iraq. Started off very early in the day, as we left the hotel to take the coach 10 kilometers east to the Grand Mosque of Kufa. The Grand Mosque of Kufa was the seat of Imam Ali's rule and a major seminary for Islamic scholars. We made our way through the outer courtyard and marveled at the architecture. Look at the impressive chandeliers and tilework on this entrance. Then a view of the massive inner courtyard. It was just a stunning sight under the early morning light. We had come early, but as it got brighter, more and more visitors arrived at the mosque. The most significant spot within the mosque is where Imam Ali was fatally injured by an assailant with a poisoned sword to his head. He was leading morning prayers at the time and died 3 days later. In the mosque, there are 2 mihrabs that are attributed to locations where Imam Ali led the daily prayers. The one we just saw was the site where he was fatally injured. This other mihrab, that is said to be where Imam also led prayers, you can see some pilgrims praying in that spot as a symbol of respect. After completing our time at the Grand Mosque of Kufa, we walked around outside the perimeter of the mosque to the location of Imam Ali's home. This is where he lived in the last years of his life. The original dwelling's exterior was much simpler than the grand stone and tile work that's here today. Unfortunately, however, the interior was being renovated, so we were unable to go inside and get a glimpse. But I've been told it's a very simple and small dwelling, and very reflective of the humbleness of the Imam. From there, we continued our walk to the shrine of Meesum Al-Tammar. Meesum was a dear friend and companion, as well as a disciple of Imam Ali. He also became an Islamic scholar, but was brutally killed by the enemies of Imam Ali. After a long and eventful morning, we headed back to the hotel for some rest and, of course, lunch. In Najaf, we stayed at the excellent Qasr Al-Dur hotel. Not only was it modern and clean, it was literally just a few steps from the entrance to the Imam Ali shrine. The lunch spread at the hotel was quite nice, with a variety of salads, including my favorite tabbouleh. There was a nice selection of grilled vegetables and Arabic meze, including hummus. The dessert table was nice too, with some very nice pistachio-flavored items. Due to the many pilgrims visiting from South Asia, the buffet also had items catering to those visitors, including biryani. Let's take a look at the quite extensive selection of entree items. Don't mind me, I'm just grabbing some extra protein here. This interesting messakhan sandwich reminded me of a Montreal smoked meat sandwich. Very delicious. That afternoon, we headed out to explore the Great Najaf Bazaar in more detail. This was a bustling space with vendors selling everything from religious artifacts, jewelry, food, clothing, etc. There was also various types of oud, a type of incense that I believe comes from the wild Aquilaria trees, and it filled the air with a warm, musky, and slightly sweet smell. Day 2 of Kufa had us set out in the late afternoon heading towards the Al-Sahla Mosque, but with stops in Najaf at the Al-Hannana Mosque and Kumayl ibn-Ziyad's shrine along the way. Unfortunately, I wasn't feeling great on this day, so I didn't capture as much footage as I normally do. First was the Al-Hannana Mosque, which it is said was a location that Imam Hussein's severed head was kept for some time after his martyrdom in Karbala, on its route back to the tyrant's palace in Damascus. Almost walking distance from the mosque is the shrine of Kumayl ibn-Ziyad, who was among the most loyal companions of Imam Ali. After visiting the shrine, we boarded the coach and headed to the Al-Sahla Mosque. We arrived at the mosque just before evening prayers and made our way inside. The original Al-Sahla Mosque was built in 622 and has over the years been expanded. It is currently being expanded further. Pilgrims visit the Al-Sahla Mosque as it will be the place where Imam Mahdi, the 12th and last Imam, will live upon his return. There are a number of stations located in the courtyard and at each quarter of the mosque that represent the prophets Ibrahim and Idris and Imams Jafar al-Sadiq and Zain al-Abidin. It was quite an experience visiting all the sites around Najaf and Kufa. If you liked the video, I do hope you hit that like button. Before we say goodbye, Khuda Hafiz to Iraq, there is one final episode still to come next week. Thanks so much for watching.